Solar-powered security cameras. It seems to be a trend here on the channel in 2024. And I think that's for a good reason. I think it's an ever-evolving technology for security cameras, and I think it's the wave of the future, specifically for Wi-Fi security cameras. So let's keep them coming. Today we're talking about one from TP-Link's Tapo line, the C402 Kit. It's a kit because it has a solar panel, a camera, and a cool little mount that puts them together. Let's talk all about it. What up, everybody? George Langabeer here. Welcome to The Fuse. This is our first official video from our new studio. Hopefully you checked out our smart home tour. We've only been here about 9 days or so. So we're just settling in, but we've got it all set up, ready to go. Hopefully you enjoyed that tour. But today we're talking about security cameras, specifically a solar-powered security camera from Tapo, the C402 Kit. And again, it's a kit because it's got the solar panel, the camera, and a nice little mount that puts them together. We're going to talk all about it. I'm going to unbox it. I'm going to talk about the installation and setup. I'm going to talk price and specs, the Tapo app, my full review, pros and cons, and I do want to thank Tapo for sending me this camera. It's not a sponsored video. They just sent it to me to try out. But as usual, my pros and cons, I'm going to tell it like it is. Let's get started with the unboxing. Now that we've unboxed, let's talk installation and setup. Setup, under 5 minutes. Just get the Tapo app, add a device, takes you through it step by step with beautiful little instructions. Very easy. Installation, same thing. Because of this kit with the solar panel and the camera, goes on this nice little mount and you can have it installed in under 5 minutes. And thanks to the solar power, you can pretty much put it anywhere as long as your Wi-Fi reaches. All right, let's talk price and specs. Price. This camera, the solar panel, and the little mount is currently $59.99. There is also currently a 15% off discount code. Specs. We've got that solar panel for continuous power. And that solar panel only requires 45 minutes of direct sunlight to get you a full days of operation. And like I already mentioned, the solar panel gives you flexible installation options. We've got color night vision with a large aperture lens and spotlights, and that gives you up to 30 feet of color night vision. We've got 1080p resolution. We've also got flexible storage options. You can do an SD card up to 512 gigs, or you can use Tapo Care Cloud, and that gives you a few additional options. We've got smart AI person detection, and you can also do activity zones. We've also got intelligent phone notifications, and that Tapo Care Cloud adds a few options to that. This camera has an IP65 weather rating, and I'm going to tell you the weather has been crazy here in Omaha, Nebraska lately with some crazy thunderstorms. So this camera's already seen some stuff. We got two-way audio and a siren. And this camera is compatible with Google Assistant, Lady A from Amazon, sadly, no Apple Home. Now, when I say that, there's been some confusion with some people out there that aren't sure what Apple Home is. That does not mean you can't use this camera with an iPhone, because you can. The Tapo app is in iOS, in the iOS App Store, and yes, you can use it. You just can't put this camera natively in Apple Home, which is Apple's smart home platform. All right, let's talk about some highlights of the Tapo app. All right, so when you go to the Tapo app and you go to your camera, there's your image. You got the time and date. Shows that you're live. You got your battery percentage. Right below the image, you can take a still picture. You can take a video clip. You can mute the audio. Your call button is so that you can talk through the camera. And then again, right below that, you can talk again. You can turn your alarm on and off. You can turn on your privacy mode. You can turn on your spotlight. You can tag an image so it'll actually show that it's a person as a person walks across the screen. And then if you go to Tapo Care, here's that cloud service that gives you 30-day unlimited cloud storage, rich notifications with snapshots, so it adds a little oomph to your notifications. Smart Sort classifies your cloud videos based on one or more detection events. And then you can see your monthly and yearly prices. So that's Tapo Care. And then if we go into the actual settings, top right, there's your camera. You can do your device info. You can control your different detection and detection zones. You can turn your alarm on and off. There's your battery status. Storage and recording. That's where you can see the information about your SD card. Video and display. That's where you can control your night mode settings. You can do infrared or color mode. And you can also change your viewing distance. Video quality, we got 1080p or 360p. Privacy zones on or off. You can control your on-screen display info, like the time and date. You can also remove their logo if you want to. Display tag, so as this little image indicates, as a person goes across, you can do a live tag or a speed tag. It'll tell you that that's a person going across the screen. You can control your spotlight brightness, your status LED, shows your network connection. Once again, you can turn on your privacy mode, toggle your notifications. You can share your device. And smart actions. This is where the Tapo is kind of a smart home platform on its own. So basically this is like automations, user guide, feedback, firmware update, reboot camera, and remove the camera. Before we move on, let's just look at the image if I turn my screen. All right, so there's your full image. Now I'm going to mention this before, but the wind here has been horrible, and you can see that that camera is not completely straight. That's because the wind keeps moving this camera, and that's one complaint I have about this particular model. All right, but there's the image. Now this is 1080p. Let's zoom in on the city. Now, again, because this isn't 2K or 4K, you can see how pixelated that gets as you zoom. Then on the right, you can take a still picture, your video clip, control the audio, and also talking through the camera. That's it. Those are the highlights of the Tapo app in relation to this specific camera. Okay, it's go time. My full review, pros and cons. Let's start with the pros. I really like that combo mount. It puts the solar panel and the camera in one tidy little package. And it's just great in general to have that solar power option. And it's awesome that you only need 45 minutes of direct sunlight to get a full day. This camera was very easy to set up and install. I love that we have a free storage option using that up to 512 gig SD card. It's great that this camera has color night vision. The Tapo app in general is a pro because it's pretty much a smart home platform all on its own. That app is awesome. The AI person detection works very well. I got very timely alerts, and it definitely knew it was a person, didn't give me any false alarms. Another pro for what you're getting here is the price. $59.99 for a solar panel, a camera, and this little mount. That's pretty cool. Moving on to my cons, and I'm sorry, but this first one's almost a deal breaker for me right now in 2024, 1080p resolution. I desperately wish this camera was 2K or 4K because then I would really love it. But 1080p in 2024, you've heard me say it before. Now I will say this camera is only $59.99, but another con for me is it's a little flimsy. Like I said, we've had some crazy thunderstorms here, and it actually spun the camera a little bit off of its angle, so it kind of blew in the wind. Now we're talking really strong winds, but I do have some other cameras mounted here, and they did just fine, but this camera was actually moved by the wind. I love that the camera has color night vision, but a con for me is the 30 feet of night vision. That's not much. You mount this camera 10, 12, 15 feet in the air, I mean, you're already cutting that 30 feet in half. So I wish it was a little greater distance for that color night vision. The two-way audio absolutely sucks on this camera. Now, it might be that I just have it out here and we've got the city noise and different sounds down here, but I couldn't hear anything when I did my audio test. It was really bad. Testing, testing, testing. How does it sound? How does it sound? Speaker maximum volume? Maximum volume. How does it sound? How does it sound? And again, I'm going to be a broken record here, but I'm going to keep saying it until somebody fixes it. No Apple Home. We got Google Assistant, Lady A from Amazon, but no Apple Home. I want more cameras in Apple Home and HomeKit Secure Video. Please, somebody out there, please listen to me. All right, that's my review of the Tapo C402 Kit. Overall, a decent camera for the price. If you can get over the 1080p resolution, if that's just me and you don't care about that, this is a great camera to pretty much put anywhere. I really like the look of it with that solar panel and the little kit here. I did have some problems in the wind. Now, I do want to say, in fairness, it was very strong winds. So IP65 weather rating, I don't know. I did fine in the rain and everything. I just didn't like it spinning and moving the angle. Because if you got this high up or whatever, that means you got to get a ladder and go readjust it. But I don't know. And the Apple Home thing, if you don't care about that, don't let that count against it. I don't know if that's even Tapo's fault. I know Tapo's got a lot of different things coming out that are compatible with Apple Home this year. I saw that at CES 2024. So I know they're playing nice with Apple. So maybe it's not their fault in this case. I don't know. But anyway, it was a con for me nonetheless. All right, what do you think? Are you a fan of Tapo? In general, I totally am. And I'm very excited about what they have coming out this year and next year. And I can't wait to see what they've got going on at CES 2025. I think they're a great brand. The app, again, is a smart home platform on its own. I think that's awesome. So I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'd love to know. But I think solar power, they're just going to keep coming. And I think that's great. It really makes it easy to install these things. And I think it's just going to keep improving. All right, that's it. You know, I love you all. I appreciate your support very much. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I very much appreciate having you here. Till the next video, peace and love.